Hi all. Today we will see C++ code snippet problems. First I will open the first code snippet. First we will see what is the program. So initially they have defined a structure which is data structure, data st, and it is having two character arrays. And we are defining a class data feature. Inside this we are having public functions. So first one is init. In init we are declared a b status as false, and we are doing in we are creating a dynamic memory allocation for this mp data. So mp data is nothing but private member variable of this class, which is of pointer, and it is of type the structure data t structure. So we have created a dynamic memory allocation for this pointer, and we have assigned some string values to these structure variables. And we have given b status, assigned b status as true, and we're catching if bad allocation, if any runtime error happens during running new operator. So that time this catch will be here, error will be thrown and it will be caught inside this catch block, and we're returning this b status. So we can ignore this try catch block. So the main essence of this init function is we are creating a new dynamic numerical allocation, and we have assigned some string values to the structure variables. And we are having another public function show data. It is just printing the CSV name, which is CSV name is one of the structure members, and we are just printing it using this pointer. And we had defined a destructor. Inside this destructor we are just checking if this pointer is null or not. If it is not null, then we are deleting this memory allocation and assigning this pointer to a null. So that's it about this class. And we have defined a global function print data. Inside this we are getting object of data fetcher class, and we are using that object. We are calling this member function show data. The show data will just print this name variable of the structure. So in the main we have created a object data fetcher d1, and we are calling init function. So init function, what it will do, so it will create a dynamic memory for this pointer, and we are assigning this string obj1 and obj1 value to these structure variables, and then we are passing the object to this print data function. So here print data will call show data using this object. So it will print the series that the name csv name is nothing but obj1. So here it should print obj1, and again we are calling this print data function. So again it should print obj1. So the expected output is obj1, then obj1. So this is the expected output. So now we will see what is the output we are getting. So I am compiling this file with the GCC compiler, and the default executable name is hello. So if I run this executable, I am getting two print statements obj1, and but after that I am getting a runtime error free, double free detected, and process got aborted and code dump is created. So why I am getting this double free detected? So there is some issue in the code. We'll check what is the issue. Inside main I have created a object data feature, and I am calling an init function using this object. So this init function, what it will do, it will create a dynamic memory allocation for the structure, and assigned some string values to the structure. Now I have called this print data using the same object. Now I am passing this object as passed by value. So here is the issue. So if I pass the object as value, then inside this function another object will be created. So here there is no constructor available for this class. So all the data members will be directly copied. So shallow copy will happen for this object from here d1 to t underscore I. So shallow copy is nothing but all the member variables will be just copied to the new object. So here we are having a pointer, and this pointer will have a memory as a value. So when di is created, it will also contain this pointer, and whatever memory available in d1, the same memory value will be copied to this di also. So two objects got created, and two objects will have two have the pointer variables as member class members, but both the pointers will point to the same memory allocation created for this d1. Okay, so now di dot show data will point to uh, the pointer of d1 created by d1. So when we call the show data, this CSV name will point to the memory created for d1, and for when d1 is calling init function, the obj1 is pointing like assigned value. So here it will print obj1, and when it is coming out of the scope, the destructor for this object will be called. So when we call the destructor, it will check if the uh, pointer is having any value. So this pointer will be pointing to the memory created by d1. So now it will delete that memory allocation and it will exit this function. So now again I am calling print data using d1. So again, so now d1 will point to an invalid memory which is already deallocated, and but this d1 will have this same address in this MP data pointer. Again I am passing this d1 as value. So again a new object will be created, and now both the d1 and di will be pointing to same memory address which is invalid, which is already deallocated. So now again it will call this show data. So the show data will print the value available in that memory. So if you see the output which we got is again printing obj1, but it is luckily the value in that address is not changed. So in this case we are getting obj1, but it is not the same for all the cases. So the same memory which we deallocated is not used by any other process. That's why value not got changed. That's why we are getting obj1 here. If it is used by some other process, then we may get some other random junk value. So this second line, we are printing this second line, but it is unexpected, like undefined behavior. We make it obj1 or we may get any other random value. So again, if it is coming out of scope, then again it will deallocate the already deallocated pointer while calling the destructor. So in this line, so when it is coming out of the scope from the sprint data, we will get the double free error. So that's why we are getting this error double free. So one way we can avoid this error is by creating a copy constructor for this class. So we need to define a copy constructor inside this class, and inside copy constructor we need to do all these things for the newly creating object. That is one way, but there is another way. We can just pass this object as reference instead of value. So that is another way. So now a new object won't be created. Instead, an alias for the already existing object will be created inside the sprint data. So there won't be new memory allocation created for DI. There won't be new object created here. It will just point this DI will just point to D1 object. So now let us see what is the output we are getting. So I am again compiling this program. And again I am running the executable. So now we are not getting the error. Oh, now we are getting the expected obj1 output. Yeah, so that's it about this problem. Let us see another code snippet problem, which is another simple one. So here we have written a main, we are having main function and we are having a for loop running from 0 to 4. Then inside the for loop we have defined a local variable static int m, and we are printing the value of m, and again we are incrementing m for each loop counter. So here what is the expected output? If it is not static, then it should always print 0. But it is defined as static. So if it is static means, so static variable will always be initialized only once. So when we are running this loop, first time it will be initialized to 0, and the next time when it counter increment to 1, it won't be initialized again. This line will be skipped and it will just print m and it will be incremented. So it will print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let us see what is the output. Again I am compiling this using GCC compiler and I am running this executable. So now if you see we are getting the output as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is because the static variable are initialized only once. Yeah, so yeah, so these are the two code snippet problems we have seen today. Thank you.